Hey, what's happening, everybody? Thought I'd make a little voiceover video or give it a shot. Give a shout out to my pyro homie since it's so close to our season there, the 4th of July. About the only time I get really homesick is around the 4th of July. I miss doing my fireworks show and getting my stash ready and hanging out with some of my buddies that I usually only see about once a year now that life has gotten, everybody's so busy and whatnot. I thought I'd do a little ride recording from my way to the road that I live on to the metro. It's like a little mall that they have here. So this is the road that I live on, and they've just now got it put back together. They tore up all the concrete, which it only needed resurfaced. I don't understand why they don't pave it, but they tear all the concrete out, and put down these real thick concrete pads, And it took, I don't know, 8, 9 months or so. I mean, they're still working on it around the road for me, but they've got it complete from my house on, so that's good. Uh, I've never had a scooter before. This is my first motor scooter. I've had a few mountain bikes and stuff like that, but nothing like that. And riding here with the way that the traffic and stuff is it's terrifying. It does scare the hell out of me. But originally, I was like, I'll just take cabs and buses and stuff like that. And I still do take the bus when I go to Cebu City because I've drove there a few times. And it's just not worth the stress. But what finally made me I'll wait for the bike to go by here. They're so friggin' loud. But what made me finally decide to have my own vehicles was I'm on one of these strikes. You'll see one here in a minute. And the only place that I can't fit in the sidecar because I'm too big, is behind the driver. And I'm going down the road, and he wipes the top of his head off with his hand, and just a wall of sweat flew right into my face. And after that moment, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have my own car. So I bought a Honda Civic, and it's a nice little car. It's actually a 1994, but it's registered as a 2005 because that's when it was brought over from Japan, and they redo it into a left-hand drive configuration instead of the right, and then it's retitled for whatever the year that they bring it in. I'm like, cool, got a little Honda Civic, nice little, it's kind of a sporty car set up. So later on, I get a multi-cab, one of them little micro vans from Japan, and it's a 2020 model. It's got 70, around 75,000 miles on it, which is not bad. I paid like 3,000 US for it, but little three-cylinder turbo engine, sliding doors on either side. I'll do a video on it sometime, but they are super handy. I mean, their turning radius is really tight, and they're narrow. They're not very wide, so it's good for a lot of these streets and stuff here that's not very big. Now, the road you see here, it's pretty good. Pretty good road, wide, decent, whatever. But a lot of these are just. I've never driven a place to where you're missing the other person and their mirrors by sometimes less than a quarter inch. And people do not slow down. They do not slow down for anything. The Filipino people are one of the most laid back people you could meet unless they're on the road. When they get on the road, it's Death Race 2000. They do not want to slow down no matter what. It's like the movie Speed. If they drop below a certain, they're going to just explode. I've seen them go through accident scenes and stuff, dodging paramedics. They're picking a guy up, putting him on the stretcher, and motorcycles are zoom, zoom, zoom the whole time. They just do not stop. And a lot of it's because there's no traffic enforcement at all. I've never seen anybody get pulled over for anything. And I've seen crazy stuff happen right in front of the cops. They do not stop. They do not enforce it. You're supposed to have license, registration, insurance, just like you would in the U.S. Most people here do not even have a driver's license. They have no paperwork on their bike. A lot of them are going around with no plates, or they'll have a temporary plate made and just rock that forever, and they don't have to worry about it. So I've never seen anybody get pulled over. Now you get into the bigger city, I'm sure they probably pull people over there. I mean, I've not seen it, but I only go to the big city maybe once every couple of months to redo my visa. And that's another thing here. Visas, you get 2 months, and then you have to go to the immigration office, pay for another 2 months visa. They do a background check on you and everything like that every time you renew it, and then you get another 2 months. You know how a person's supposed to do it when they're in another country. You legally follow the immigration laws of that country. So, you're not an illegal, you don't get kicked out. If everybody could understand that, the world would be a lot better place. These bleeding hearts are complaining in the United States about how people are getting deported. Well, they shouldn't be here to start with. If you're not going to follow the laws of a country, that's what happens. If I don't pay my immigration fees and renew my visa, they will deport me back just as well, and they should, because that's the law of the land. You come to another country, you have to follow their laws. But I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about that stuff in the United States. But yeah, you guys are killing me with all these cool stashes and everything. I'm really jealous of some of the stuff people's got. It's like, wow. Of course, I'm not jealous of the prices that they're having to pay for it. Oh my God. I seem like one of the old timers now, but it wasn't that long ago that you could get stuff that's so much better, cheaper. But things change, I guess, especially after COVID. Any excuse they get to raise the price, they raise the price. And once it's raised, it never comes back down. It's always going to be up there. But here I'm going to Toledo City, and it's got a McDonald's, Market, Jollibee's, all that. I mean, a lot of little businesses, a lot of stuff, pretty much everything you need on a daily basis. You have to watch. People will step right out in front of you. They have no survival instinct whatsoever. That's another aspect about driving here. I can't understand it. If you have any road rage whatsoever, you just don't try it. Don't do it. You got to be relaxed and calm, or you'll end up getting imprisoned. And Filipino prison is not the place you want to be. But yeah, it's so dangerous on the roads here. I can't stress that enough. I thought about doing a series and showing things that my dash cam picks up for my driving adventures. And if you guys think that would be something you'd like to see, let me know. And I'll start making some of the greatest hits of stuff that I see. You would not believe it. I don't want to be too negative because it'll rub people the wrong way, but the driving is insane. How I'm heading to a place called Super Metro. Well, I guess it's what they call a mall here, but for us it would be like a department store. It just has different floors. Like the first floor is a grocery store. Second is like home goods and electronics, and the third floor is hardware, like a little hardware store kind of thing. Not really what we would call a mall, but here it's called a mall, but not that big. But they do have some malls that are god awful gigantic, like S&M, Seaside, and stuff like that in Cebu City. I mean, you literally need a one of them mobility scooters to be able to make it through these things. I don't remember how many floors it is, but they are gigantic. I get wore out. Uh, let's see now. First time I've done a voiceover talking to myself, trying to think about something to talk about is difficult. Back to the fireworks. Yes, I have a little stash myself. And we're going to try to go camping somewhere here that I can let off fireworks without getting in trouble for it. Ever since I got swatted over a couple bottle rockets, I've been a lot more cautious about letting off fireworks. When I go out into my yard, like two rockets go back in. 30 minutes later, red and blue lights at my gate. I look out, a couple loads of cops. I go open the gate, guys swarm in holding automatic weapons and stuff like that. My neighbor had called and said I was walking around the yard shooting a handgun. And I'm like, what? No, I'm just playing with a few rockets. And most of the people out there couldn't speak English, and it was not a good situation. So now I'm a little bit more careful about where and what. So try to ride my scooter to a more remote area and let them off. But hope you guys are good. Hillbilly Pyro out.